Hi everyone, this is Maria, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really cute dessert pedestal just in time for spring. This is what you're going to need. You're going to need some dishes of your choosing. You're also going to need some masking tape, scissors, a pencil, a little bit of sandpaper, a ruler, some books to use as a weight, and you're also going to need some of this epoxy cement. And so this stuff sets in 5 minutes, it cures in 24 hours, and it is great, you guys. I love using this. I found this epoxy cement at Hobby Lobby for $3.99 in the glue section of the store. And so anyways, you want to make sure you take along your 40% coupon, because then this will cost you only $2.40 versus the $3.99. You're also going to need some wet and dry paper towels, some cotton swabs, and a paper plate. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you wash all of your dishes ahead of time. I wash mine in warm soapy water. I remove any of the price tags or labels that are on there, and then I dry them and I let them set overnight because I want them nice and dry. Also, the dishes that I'm going to be working with today are from our Dollar Tree store, and so I just love the pattern. They're just so springy and colorful. And so, but your dishes, you can use dishes from your cupboard, you can use dishes that you find at the thrift store, at garage sales. They don't even have to match. And so I do have some other videos that I made in the past. It's been a couple of years. And so I made quite a few different pedestals, so I'll go ahead and link those below if you'd like to take a look at those. And so anyway, so let's get started. So I washed all of my dishes, all of the tags are removed. And so I'm just going to use these 4 pieces, a cup, a bowl, the dinner plate, and the salad plate. And so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set these aside for now, and I want to use my larger plate. And so I've already decided that I'm going to use the bowl like this. I'm going to actually put that there. So ahead of time, you might want to do this ahead of time to see where you want everything exactly. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the ruler and we're going to measure across, because we want to make sure everything is centered. So I'm going to take my bowl and place it right there. Then I'm going to use my ruler, and you can use any kind of ruler. And so I'm just going to measure it like that. Says 3.5 inches on this side. And that's almost 3.5, so I'm just going to scoot that over just a teeny tiny bit. And so if it moves, you can just sort of move it back the other way. And so I'm going to measure the back also, and that is 3 inches. So let's see what this side is. I'm going to slide this right over here. Yeah, so I need to move this forward because that says 4 inches. So I'm thinking it's going to be about 3.5 also there. Okay, so that's pretty close. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to hold the bowl down, and the reason I'm going to put the bowl right side up, because you can turn it upside down also, is because I want plenty of space on my plate to display cookies or candy. So this is what I ended up with, the outline of the bottom of the bowl. And so it might be just a little bit off center, like I mentioned. And if you want, at this point, you can take your ruler and you can just measure it again to make sure it's where you want it. It's a little bit off here, but I'm okay with this because it doesn't have to be perfect. And so then I'm going to take my masking tape and I'm just going to take off little bits because we're going to sand the center of it. And so, yeah, because the glue will stick better if you sand it just lightly. So this is how it should look once you have the masking tape all around the pencil outline of the bottom of the bowl. Then you're going to take some of this sandpaper. This is just some sandpaper I got from my husband's garage. And so I'm just going to go around. And since I'm going to have the bowl, the entire bottom edge, even though it's just that ring there, I'm just going to just go ahead and sand the whole thing right here, just lightly. What's great about the tape here is you're not going to go out of the edges and scratch up the rest of the plate. And then I'm going to take some of my paper towel and I'm just going to get the dust off of there. And then you're going to take the bottom of your bowl and you're also going to sand the edges where the glue is going to go. These look so pretty when they're set out on a table or a counter. And I have one out on our patio table that looks so pretty. I keep it out there all year long. and it has survived any rain that we've had, and also the hot sun that we have here in Southern California, and it has not fallen apart at all. Okay, so I've gone ahead and sanded that. You don't need to really sand this part because that's not going to touch the plate, but if you want, you can. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the salad plate and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to sand all the way around the edge here. I'm also going to sand right here around the edge of the bowl. And so this one is really super simple. Just sand the edge of the bowl. Super simple, you guys. Also, I want to mention when you work with the glue that we're going to work with, make sure you work in a well-ventilated area. And so right now I'm right next to our patio slider door that's wide open, and I have a window that's pretty close behind me that is wide open. And so I have a lot of ventilation going on through the house right now. Okay, I hope that's not too unnerving, you guys, the sound of the sandpaper. Okay, so I have this all done. And again, I'm going to take my paper towel just to remove that dust. Also, we're going to be using this plate, so you want to line this up wherever you want it. And let's see, I want that butterfly there. And I want the bowl right there. And then the plate, I think I want, let me see what it looks like. Okay, so this is exactly where I want my flowers to be on the dish, facing forward just like this, and I have my butterfly here. And so what I'm going to do is, this fits perfectly on the bowl, but I'm still going to flip this over and put a pencil marking, because you might have to do that with some of your other dishes, but actually with this one fits just perfectly snug. And so, but I'm going to do it anyways, okay? So I'm just going to move this, set my larger plate aside, and I'm going to turn this over, just like that. And I'm going to just go ahead and make a pencil marking. But you know, you may not have to. If you feel comfortable not doing a pencil marking, you know, you don't have to do that. Because actually, I wouldn't really need to do this here at all. Also, if you go outside the lines, you might want to clean that up a little bit. The pencil marking will come off easily. Okay, and so I went ahead and sanded this here, remember the bowl. So do it again, just to remind you. And then I'm going to sand this right here at the bottom of the plate. So you guys, you can see where the pencil marking is. It's so close and it fits so snug. So let's go ahead and we're going to place this just like this. And just, I think I had it like this. It might be off a little bit. And then the next thing I'm going to do is we have the cup, okay? And so I want my cup there. So just like with the bowl with the first plate, I'm going to measure it all around, okay? And then I'm going to sand right here and then sand in the middle. So let's go ahead and do that. So just go ahead and measure just like we did before, and that looks about right. Whoops. And 2.5. Yeah, you gotta be careful because the cups, they will slide around. So I'm going to put a pencil marking all the way around. And what's great is this plate is white, so the pencil marking shows up. Okay, so there we go, that looks fine. And then again, just like I did before, I'm going to go ahead and go around the edge of the pencil marking with some masking tape, and then I'm going to sand the center, and I'll be right back. Okay, and just like before, I'm going to go ahead and just sort of give it a little scuff with this sandpaper. So in the previous tutorial that I did, I recommended the E6000 glue. And so it's a very good glue, but it does not cure as quickly as this one. So I prefer this one a lot more. Okay, so we gave the plate a quick scuff, going to wipe the dust away. And then next I'm going to do the cup, which is really quick. Okay, and then so we're done with that, and I'm going to dust that off. So the next step, we're going to take off the masking tape because our plates have been scuffed with the sandpaper, and we're just going to toss this masking tape to the side. And then we're going to do the same thing with the smaller one here. And you can build these pedestals as high as you want. You can make them really tall, you can make them very small. So now that the masking tape is removed, it's time to glue this together. Okay, so now I have my glue, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip off the tips of the glue. And so I'm going to turn this in an upward position because I don't want it to drip. And so you want to do this very carefully. So I'm going to do this over here because I don't want that to shoot out anywhere. Okay. So I went ahead and just snipped off the tips of this glue. And also, when you're using the glue, you want to make sure that you put it in an upright position. Like I'm going to just lean it against my paper plate because I don't want the glue to drip out like this. This, you know, it's kind of expensive even with a coupon because you don't get that many pedestals out of this, maybe 2 at the most. And so you don't want to waste any of this glue, you guys. And also remember, it hardens very quickly, so you want to work quickly. And that's why we have done all of this preliminary work, so we can just glue it down quickly. Also, you want to remember to remove this part of the glue container because I was just trying to squeeze the glue and it wouldn't come out because this was here. So it's sort of a guard. So I'm just going to press that. It's going to pop right out. And then I'm going to squeeze the glue onto the paper plate. This is the easiest way to do it, you guys. Otherwise, if you do this, you guys, if you try to spread this with this on, it will probably just squirt all over the place. And so then I'm going to use one of these cotton swabs, and I'm going to take some of the glue, and I'm going to just spread it right here where I sanded it, right on the edge of the bowl, the bottom of the bowl. And you don't need that much, you guys, because this glue is super strong. It's really like cement, just like it says on the package. And so I'm just going to, let me see if you could see that, put a nice little layer there. And I'm one of those type of people that tend to use a lot of glue, more than I should. See, it's dripping down into this area, and that glue is really going to be wasted because it's not going to stick to the plate because it doesn't even reach down to the plate. It's this edge that I want to glue down. Okay, so now we've got some glue on here, and I'm just going to make sure that my flower is facing forward, and I want to get to those lines as close as I can, which I think I just did, and I'm going to press down, okay? And then what you can do is you can take your books. I like to use my books as weights, and I'm just going to set that down to apply some weight to it. And then I'm going to take my cotton swab and just go around the edge, just to clean it up a bit. And so I do have a little mess in the back, just a little bit. So I'm just taking my wet paper towel, and I'm holding it steady with the books on top. And I cleaned up that little mess in the back. It wasn't much, but I know it's there, and I want it to look as nice as possible. And so I'm just going to let it sit here for a little bit, just let it dry a little bit, then I'm going to come back and do the next part. Okay, so I think this is where I had the plate originally, where I wanted it, so I'm just going to set it aside over here very carefully. Okay, so I'm just going to put the glue around the edge of this bowl, just like that, and I'm going to go all the way around. And with this, you might want to watch because it could be dripping down the sides of the bowl, so we'll check for that also. Okay, so I'm just going to set this right here, the plate on top of the bowl. I'm going to add a little bit of pressure, not too much, because I'm going to set my books on top again. And then while I have the books there, I'm going to take my wet paper towels, or you can use a wet washcloth that you're going to throw away afterwards because you don't want to save that. And I'm just going around the edge because just as I thought, there is a little bit of glue dripping down, and you want to get as much of that as possible off of there. Okay. I saw that plate slip just a little bit, so I'm going to make sure that it's in the right position that I want it. And it is. Okay, so I'm just going to stack my books on top of the plate. We're going to leave it there for about another 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so about 5 or 10 minutes has passed by, and I'm going to remove the books. And so you can see I have both of these plates in the bowl glued together nicely. And so now I'm just going to add the cup, you guys. And so I think I'm going to put the cup this way. And so either way, whichever way you want to put it, and so I think I'm going to put it this way. I went ahead and changed out this plate because it was getting really messy with the glue, and I brought out some more of the cotton swabs. So I'm going to just put a little bit of this glue with the hardener there, and I'm going to take my cotton swab again, and I'm going to add the glue right to the bottom of this cup, right on the edge, you guys. And so I just love the way this is turning out. It's just making me smile. I love these colors. So much fun. I mean, you can find all kinds of really neat ceramic pieces at the thrift store. I did that for a long time, and it was so much fun. I would get so excited when I would find something to match a set of dishes, or sometimes it was a sugar bowl, a creamer, a little teapot that was so cute, or even a little ceramic that would add to it. And I would just glue the little ceramic to the edge of the plate. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit there. Alrighty, and so I'm going to put this way here. And so I'm just going to line it up with the pencil markings, with the outline. Okay, and so I'm gonna go around so I can make sure that it's on straight. And if you want, you guys, like I mentioned in my other tutorial, you can put this somewhere higher, like on a shelf or on your kitchen counter, just so you can look at it at different angles to make sure it's exactly where you want it. And so now I'm just going to take these books again, and I'm going to put them on top just to weight it down. Okay, and again, I'm just going to take my cotton swab and just go around the edge of the bottom of the cup. Very carefully. I want to try not to move that, at least not too much. And so, yeah, the glue sets really quickly, but if it moves just a little bit, if it jiggles over just a little bit, you still have time to move it over. Just have to work quickly. And so then I have my wet paper towel. I'm going to go around the edge. What I forgot to mention before, you guys, and so I'll mention it now, is that when I put this second plate on, I did go around the edge, but I want to make sure that I go around the bottom of my plate too to catch any of that overflowing glue, just like that. I just went over it very lightly. Okay, so this is looking really good, you guys, and so I'll be back shortly. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes, and so I let it set just a little bit longer. And so anyways, you guys, here it is. What do you think? It came out so cute. I just love it. My dessert pedestal is completed. I love it. I just think it's so pretty. And to think these dishes only cost me $1 each, so I have $4 into it, plus my glue, which is about $2.40, so 4, 5, 6. So I have about $7 into this, you guys. I just love it. It looks so pretty and springy and happy, colorful. Love it, you guys. And so I've decided for sure I'm going to take this to my sister's house for her annual Easter barbecue. And so I'll see all of my nieces, my great nieces. I'm just going to see everybody there. I love it. I just get to be around family. It's going to be so much fun. And so anyways, yeah, so I thought that I would put like some candy here, some Easter candy, maybe some cookies. And I was thinking some pretzel rods decorated for Easter would look really cute in there. So anyways, what do you think, you guys? Also, let me know if you make your own dessert pedestal or bird feeder, because remember, you can always put these in the garden also to feed the birds. Thanks for watching, everyone, and happy Easter, happy spring. Bye-bye.